Hello everyone, I'm R93 Sniper and welcome to the second official Project Contingency question and answer session. Today we'll be covering a variety of topics, but before we continue, I'd like to remind you that anything and everything discussed today is a work in progress and is subject to change. With that in mind, I've brought a guest with me to help out with the discussion. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Destin and I am one of the announcers for Project Contingency, and we're here to hit you up with another Q&A video, baby. In our previous Q&A video, we had explained the situation with the announcer and quite a few of you came up with different ideas. Aside from adjusting the style so that we're not trying to directly emulate the original announcer, an interesting suggestion was to instead have multiple announcers. While we originally didn't have any intention of doing this, we've decided that we could gauge community interest and see what your thoughts are on the matter. In the description of the video, we've placed a poll where you can let us know if you think this is a good or a bad idea, and who or what to include maybe. This is a good chance for you to participate in the development of the game as our community. Another comment that keeps reaching us is what our minimum system requirements are going to be like. Our response to this is usually just talking about how we're constantly iterating upon our work, so we don't really know what they'll be. However, while this is true, allow us to explain a bit more. Our goal essentially is to ensure that our game is able to reach as broad of an audience as possible, without hindering the artist's collective vision. This means that you'll be fine if your hardware is relatively new, but we can't really promise that it'll run on your parents' potato laptop. However, when we do know our target hardware requirements, we'll be sure to notify everyone immediately, either via an announcement or through one of our videos. On the note of system requirements, we've also been asked what platforms our game will run on. Following along with the reaching as broad of an audience as possible ideology, we want to make an attempt to have the game run on all PC platforms. The only major concern is that we want to allow players from one operating system to be able to play with others from other operating systems. This is obviously going to take some time to work and figure out, but that's more or less where we plan to be going. We also want to quickly touch upon recruiting. As said in the past, we're actively recruiting people to join the project. Before I list off people we're looking for, please note that while these are key people we're looking for, we will still be looking at all applicants regardless if they are the ones in those roles or not. The only exception, of course, being testers, of whom we'll immediately discard the application. As of right now, the people we're looking for the most are animators who are familiar with third-person animation, 3D artists, VFX artists who know how to use Cascade, and programmers who are willing to work with blueprints. One of the more popular questions that constantly gets asked is campaign, but many people ask about things that relate to campaign to the point where there's a bigger question that needs to be asked here. We've discussed in a previous video that our current stance on campaign itself is not a consideration until our core game is functionally complete. However, the question that really seems to encompass what people are asking about is what we plan on doing with AI in general. Somewhat a remnant of our days in CryEngine, our team has aversions to AI in any capacity simply because of the complexity of the task. Offline with bots, campaign, firefight, etc., all of those are just out of the scope for our project as of this time. Unreal 4 makes the job significantly easier, and after our core game is complete, we may take time to consider the possibility of doing something with AI, but we can't make any promises. Well, that'll be it for me now. Sniper has a few things to say before we wrap up this video, so I'll be handing it back to him.
Thanks for the help, Destin. One final thing before we bid you farewell. As many of you know, our team and project have both had a rather long history behind them, and over that time, we've gotten to see quite a few people support us as we continue to work. For all of our community veterans, there will be a special announcement coming up soon that will need your involvement. For those who haven't joined our Discord already, do so and come into contact with me so I can set you up. As always, head over to our website, project-contingency.com, and check our social media links at the bottom, as well as our forum at the top. If you have any more questions that you'd like to answer in our next question and answer video, be sure to leave a comment and we'll look into it. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.